Das ist alles streng geheim. Remember das. If there's no capital letter afterwards, it's that. Is. Alles is easy. It's just all. Streng, we don't care. Geheim. Why not? Heim. Heim, sweet Heim means home. And of course, geheim has nothing to do with this. But I give you a little tip. James Bond ist ein Geheimagent. So somehow, things that happen at home are nobody's business. So in this case, it is simply secret. Yeah, things that happen at home stay secret. God knows where this comes from, and hopefully you don't see it this way. Yeah, but this helps you to remember this. Die Detektivin, the detective, and it ends in IN, so it's a woman, so it's Simone, not Stefan. He's also the assistant. Is überrascht. I think you can rush into things, right? Or you can have a rash. I think rash is better to use. So if you're überrascht, you are über in French is sur, and priser is to take, I think, or but let's not go there. So surprised. Simone, Germans get really, they look like they have a rash. They get like red when they are surprised. They don't like surprises. Yeah, rash, and it's an over rash. They're like really all in. Yeah, when you surprise them. So don't surprise a German. So normalerweise arbeiten. Let's take arbeiten. And Arbeit, well, I will not. There's something you might actually look at and be careful with. If anyone quotes Arbeit macht frei, with me as an exception, this has been Auschwitz, at the gates of Auschwitz, and it's very cynical, because it was the concentration camp of the Germans, and Arbeit macht frei means work liberates you. Yeah, so it's very cynical, and there is also no need to take selfies with the entry gate of Auschwitz where this is written. But this helps you to remember Arbeit, and maybe you can connect it to the word Arbeit, which means for me wenn auch na, that makes no sense. So Arbeit, how can you, there's a word called arbiter in English, maybe that helps. You see how I work. I hope you watch this. And in that means like a referee or someone who connects people. So maybe that helps. The referee has to work hard. The arbiter has to work hard. Yeah. So normalerweise, normal, and the ER is just glue. So normally wise. So normally worketh the beiden. So now we have to see who works, and there is no name nor sie or er or anything like that. So it must be this. And Biden has, well, you know Joe Biden, right? And his wife, Jill Biden. So both of them, are pretty popular, or famous, let's say, or infamous for some. So both, Joe Biden and Jill Biden are working normally on, you can ignore this, Mordfällen. You might remember Fall, which was initially the case. So it's a case of Mord. And, in Mordor, they do a lot of murder. So murder cases. Yeah. So, and of course with both, we don't mean the Bidens, we mean Simone and Stefan. And this one also belongs to this. They work on murder cases. Diebstellen, you might remember my little experiment. Thief. Yeah? Thief. And stehlen means to steal. So thieves steal something. That's what we say. The stealings of thieves we have as a word, so which simply means thefts. Yeah, and it's a plural here. or Erpressungen. Er is always a bit difficult to quickly explain, but press, someone who's adding pressure to you, is a blackmailer. Yeah? The UNG is grammar, making it a noun, and the EN is the plural. So if someone puts pressure on you, or if someone blackmails you, he's putting or she's putting pressure on you. So normally they work on murder cases, thefts, and blackmailing. Eine Hundeentführung hatten Sie noch nie. Here we have haben again. Look at the end. Nie. I never had an injury on my knee. My knee. Never hurt my knee. So the knee means never. Yeah. So this is not a verb. So it means to have. So we had something. Had. Yeah. If there's a T, likely it is a D in German. So something we didn't have before, or Z. So what is Z again? It's a lowercase z, and the last people we've been talking about, well, die beiden, what is that referring to? Well, the detective is the woman, but we say the both of them. So this is still both of them, yeah, they. So they had never this. Hundeentführung. Remember the Führung, to lead astray, abduction. Yeah? And the abduction of the hounds. And basically that's a dog, of course. But the German word Hund comes from hound. So they never had an abduction of dogs. This is not really relevant. So the dogs, and you see this, the Federal Chancellor, so the dogs of the Federal Chancellors. So it's an exclamation mark, which says they are kind of astonished that these are the dogs of the Chancellor. It's quite a big case. And she confirms this with this, was für ein Auftrag. Was für ein is a fixed expression. It might be was für eine, was für einen, depending on the word that follows. So, what a. Literally, what kind of a. And Auftrag might also be interesting. Auf means on top, and tragen means to carry. So that, but auftragen, well, auftragen simply means what kind of an order, what kind of a, let me look this up quickly to be precise, a mission, a task. Task is the best translation. So a task is something you carry somehow. Yeah? You carry on top of something. It makes no sense. Forget about this. So Auftrag. Tragen comes from carry. A task is something you carry. Imagine you carry your task on your head. Yeah, like you sometimes see with people that carry water on their head. So what a task. What a mission we also saw. Here's a beautiful one, last sentence. Die Woche beginnt ja interessant. You see beginnt and you hopefully identify it instantly as a verb. It's the same as in English. Something begins. Interessant. Interessant, also interesting. Clearly means interesting. So something begins in an interesting manner. And Woche, you might have heard of the day called Mittwoch, which simply means mid of the week. So Woche means the week. The week begins interestingly. This Jahr here, we left this in the text. There's a couple of these. These are called modal particles. Modal particle. Maybe in one word. But you don't need to know this. They are for emphasis. Yeah? They are like, or a facial expression. They have no translation. Ja generally means yes, as you know. Ja. By the way, ja means yes, and ja means leck mich am Arsch. Yeah? Kiss my ass. Arse. By the way, Arsch and Arse, you see the similarity, right? So if someone says ja, ja, usually it's not yes, yes, yeah, not in a positive affirmative way, it's usually that. So you can ignore this. And this is also what I want to teach you with these videos. There will be things that you simply do not understand yet that make no sense. And that's absolutely natural because you are just starting out. Yeah, A1 to B1 are starter levels. In B2, I understand your curiosity that you want to figure out what this means and how it works. These I wouldn't even bother in B2. I would start in C1 with figuring this out. Just remember to just ignore what you don't understand. Yeah, your mind actually is always in the fear of missing out. Learn to control your mind in that regard. It's fine not to know, as long as you kind of can make sense of everything to a certain extent, especially in A1 level. Yeah, there's no need for you to remember any of what I say in these videos. I really just want you to enjoy the beauty of the connection between the German and the English language, and of the German language, of course, on its own. See you in lesson 4.